Yo, impromptu broadcast. Y'all got it. Excuse me. But I was not planning on going live this evening at all. So this is very impromptu. Like I had no inkling because I did a show earlier today. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is CJ Kyles. I am the high value nurse. Um, I'm just watching this mess unfold. Like honestly, oh boy, this is crazy. Now I don't have all night to talk about this because I do have to get to work, but I just want to give my quick thoughts. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in for another edition of the CJK Experience. My name is CJ Kyles, and I am your host for the evening. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you are right here with me, and I am so glad to have you here. Now, let's get right into the dumb shit. Let's get right into the dumb shit. I'm ready to get right into the dumb shit. Let's talk about our homie Will Smith and Jada. Will and Jada. Will and Jada. Jada and Will. Will and Jada. Jada and Will. Will and Jada. They are back. It's almost like a year anniversary of this mess that's been going on. Now, as you know, Jada just had a 50th birthday and she made headlines once again because she's admitted that she doesn't know how to love. At 50, she doesn't know how to love. And I've been seeing some different commentary on that. And, you know, I think Jada's for the streets. I mean, nothing more, nothing less. I think she's for the streets. I think she's always been for the streets. I think she was just a person who just happened to come up on a guy like Will. And that is why you have to be, fellas, you have to be extremely careful when choosing a partner. But she is not the only one to blame in this. I will say that. She is not the only one to blame in this. I will give you that much. Will picked her. Ultimately, he picked her, and he didn't have to. He did not have to. I am not going to totally 100% blame Jada. But make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen. Jada Pinkett Smith is definitely for the streets. Now, Will Smith today came out and said and pretty much admitted that they are in an open relationship, which we all knew. I mean, it's not like that shocking news. Like we all knew it. It was pretty much out there. They never denied it. But Will Smith officially spoke about it without being on some red table talk or some mess, as I call it, because honestly, I do think red table talk is, I think now you want, I don't like this word, but I do think that show is very toxic. I think red table talk is very toxic and it is pushing toxic ideology out there. I don't give a healing. That's BS. To me, it sounds like an ego stroke because a man of means cannot get away. A married man of means with children cannot get away with saying some of the crap that's been said on that show. I'm going to just be honest. I'm going to just keep it so real right now. But Will Smith came out and admitted that they are pretty much, that they're in an open relationship in so many words. His framing was marriage cannot, what did he say? Marriage can't be a prison. Can't be a prison, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go ahead and say this. Let me go ahead and say this right now. It's women like Aisha Curry, women like Jada Pinkett Smith. I know they hating. I guess they are. They shadow banning a player. Well, I don't know. It is what it is. But yeah, women like Aisha Curry, women like Jada Pinkett. They are definitely, like, I understand why young millennial men do not want to get married. I get it. I get it. I couldn't blame them. At this point in the game, I could not blame them. When you got women from all age ranges talking this mess, and I get it. Nobody's perfect as a human being. Nobody's perfect as a human being. We all make mistakes. We all grow. We all change. But let me tell you something. Men cannot afford to be as reckless and talk the way some of these chicks is talking. They will lose everything. If if Steph Curry would have said that, you know what, I miss other chicks checking for me in the streets. I want other chicks to check for me. He would be done out here. If Will Smith had an entanglement with some sickly woman and she did a tell-all, Will Smith will be under. It will be over for him. Be over. And again, I'm not gonna just totally blame it on the women, because you can't, because at the end of the day, these men pick these chicks. And I refuse to believe that they just got like that. So I want to be fair, and I want to have a broad perspective. You dig? I want to be objective if I can be. I definitely want to be objective. So, but yeah, Will and Jada, ladies and gentlemen. Will and Jada. Now, let's dive deep. I have the article. I guess it was a GQ interview, right? I'm guessing it was a GQ. Now let's hold on. I'm guessing it was a GQ article. I wanna go into it real quick. But it wasn't GQ. I'm getting this right from page 6. Will Smith on open relationship with Jada Pinkett. Marriage can't be a prison. Marriage can't be a prison. Jada Pinkett Smith wasn't the only one to have an entanglement. From the beginning of this article, now I'm on page 6 right now, page6.com. From the beginning of this article, it's turned on Will. And even though he's giving an interview, but the first sentence in this article is Jada Pinkett Smith wasn't the only one to have an entanglement. Fine. Fine, whatever. Will Smith is addressing the long-standing rumors that he and his wife Jada Pinkett have an open marriage. In his November GQ cover story, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star admits their relationship began with monogamy, but then evolved. That is code for it's been like this. Jada's talking too damn much, and so she don't be out here looking crazy as she already does. Let me go out here and take some of that heat off of her. Will once again coming to save the day. That's a good man, ladies and gentlemen. Once again coming to save the day. Coming to save the day, because he's not telling us anything that we didn't already know. He's not telling us nothing that we didn't already know. We knew that they were in an open relationship. We get it. We know that. And people started talking too much. And I will say this is another area that I fought Will in. Everything should have been Trump tight. So what? Y'all like to screw other people. That's not a big deal. People do it every day. The problem that a lot of people have with it is that when you try to make it something that is not, and you try to come off as this holier than thou, healing, sick, broken, that's bullshit. And we all know it. That's bullshit. That is code for we like to smash other people, but we didn't want to ruin the image. That's all that's code for. So they had to come clean. Well, they really shouldn't have said nothing. Had it been me, as I wouldn't have said anything. Wouldn't have said a word. He says, what if they acted different when they first met? Because people keep saying they are changing as they're getting older. People have the right to change, but again, some of these mistakes and some of these things has to be talked about in advance. I truly believe that. I do believe that, especially when you are in a unique position like theirs. There you go. Let me see. Let me get back to the article. Jada never believed in conventional marriage. And this is a quote from Will. Jada never believed in conventional marriage. So from the beginning, and this is why I cannot blame Will Smith. I mean, that's why I can't blame Jada all the way. I can't do it. I got to be objective because she went in from the beginning. Now, if she was upfront honest with that man and she let Will know that, I like to be out here in the streets and dibble and dabble. You dig what I'm saying? If she let Will know that and they made an agreement, then it is what it is. No harm, no foul. I cannot be mad at that. I can't be mad at Jada for that. The problem that I have, though, is when you start doing reckless shit to endanger the bag. Endanger the bag. People be like, well, it's not all about money. Bullshit. That's bullshit. A good part of it is about money. Because without this money, you wouldn't live this lifestyle that you living right now. And people say it's not about money, then go be with a regular nigga. Please go be with a regular dude. If it's not about money, then leave and go be with a regular dude. That argument is null and void at this point because you didn't have to be there. If it's not about money, go be with a regular dude. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. Jada never believed in conventional marriage. Jada had family members that had an unconventional relationship, so she grew up in a way that was very different than how I grew up. Okay. Now, prior to me doing this show, I did not read this article. I didn't read the article. So he's this is very well done because he's not going to take the total heat off of her. He still has to put her out there. He still has to maintain, I'm still Will Smith, squeaky clean. She led me to this lifestyle. You dig what I'm saying? It's almost like the Whitney and Bobby type of situation. How everybody blamed Bobby for, putting Whitney on that narcotic, allegedly. How everybody blamed him for that. When the streets are saying different. The streets are saying different. Allegedly. I don't know. I wasn't there, but that's the story. That's the talk. You dig? There were significant endless discussions about what is relational perfection. And for the large part of our relationship, monogamy was what we chose. Okay. Not thinking of monogamy as the only relational perfection. So that's code for, well, we tried it, but it wasn't for us. But we couldn't let you know that yet. Because I'm the Fresh Prince. I'm squeaky clean. I don't cuss in my raps. Got an image to uphold. Now, people see me take this chick from wherever she's from. She's telling you off the rip, well, I'm not about that life. I cannot, if that's the case, can't be mad at Jada for that. Can't be mad. Because if that is the case, she's letting you know she has always been for the streets. She's letting you know, I cannot fault a woman who's honest up front. I can't do it. Like I said, my only issue is when you make something that it's not. When you make this whole situation something that is not, and you try to save face. That's pretty much it. Says Jada never believed in conventional marriage, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I read that part. The King Richard Starr explained that he and the Gotham alum have given each other trust and freedom with their union because for them, marriage can't be a prison. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. That is why you should focus on your own household. People try to imitate relationships and and say this is relationship goals and say that is relationship goals, where you don't know what people are going through behind closed doors and you don't know what people are doing behind closed doors. I don't care about another person's relationship status. That means absolutely nothing to me. Means nothing to me. And this Will and Jada situation is pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. Pure entertainment. Let's get back to it. I don't suggest our role for anybody. This is a quote from Will. I don't suggest our role for anybody. I don't suggest this role for anybody, he noted. But the experiences, that the freedoms that we've given one another and the unconditional support, to me, is the highest definition of love. That's code for we like to smash other people. Some can handle it, some cannot. And that's fine. If that's what you like to do in your house, that's fine. But my question to Jada is that if y'all had this agreement, and I just can't blame her, because I'm really trying to be fair in this situation. Like, why did y'all not do y'all due diligence when it comes to this situation? Why didn't y'all make August sign the NDA? Like, why wasn't her loose ends tied up? Because at this point, this whole story about I was getting ready to leave and all that, I'm starting not to even believe that shit. I'm gonna be real. And I said from the beginning, that was a great performance from Will Smith. I don't think he was hurt. I don't think anything like that. I think they always had this agreement going on. But they had to save face because somebody got in their feelings, August Alsina, and potentially ruined the bag. That is where they both messed up. That is where they both messed up. August should have been on some NDA type shit. They probably figure, oh, dude is sick. He ain't gonna say nothing. We can bring him in. He'll be all right. Didi says nobody her relationship goes at all. It just sounds like a mess going on. They need to handle it in private. I agree. It should be handled in private. Because at this point, I'm really starting to believe that whole red table talk that the both of them had was pure garbage. It was fake. I don't believe that was real. I cannot see a grown man as successful as Will Smith putting himself up to be, quote unquote, embarrassed like that just because. I don't see it happening. It makes no sense to me. It makes absolutely no sense to me. Why put yourself up for that kind of embarrassment? And I get, maybe you thought that, or maybe he believes that, well, I'll come out in the end as still squeaky clean Will. But see, now after this situation, Jada, in my opinion, I feel is doing too damn much. All this healing and being transparent. There is a such thing as being too transparent. Go see a therapist. You are doing too much at this point, and you're doing so much that Will had to come save you once again. He had to take some of that heat off. Now, I do like that he is not taking full blame, which most niggas do in these situations. Oh, it's my fault. I suggested it. I take 100% responsibility. No. Will said, no, not today. Not today. We're not going to do it that way. Let me see. Smith, 53 years old, also acknowledged that his wife's entanglement with August Alsina made it seem like she was the only one to have an external affair. Lord Jesus. Now here we go. But that was not. Smith delicately explained to me, in fact, the case. Let me see. The public has a narrative that is imperable, said Smith, who is also set to release his memoir, Will, in November. Okay, so they have a book. He has a project coming out. Okay. Got you. He has a project coming out. So it makes sense. See, I mean, sometimes things are almost too coincidental. Because why now? Like, why are we talking about this whole thing again? Jada made a statement, and when something seems too good, like when something seems like, you got to look at the timing of situations. Like, why now or is this a resurgence of Will and Jada once again? Okay, well, Will has a project coming out. He has a book to sell. All right, it makes sense. Now it makes sense. At this point, I'm starting to believe this whole entanglement shit. I'm starting to believe this whole thing was fake from the beginning. I don't believe August Alsina's part was fake. I think that was real because no, he had absolutely nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had everything to lose. I'm sorry, he had everything to lose and really nothing to gain. Because let's be real, it's not like August was popping like that. Yeah, August had some hits, had some hit records. You dig what I'm saying? He had a few songs, but he had everything to lose. Potentially being blackballed, being cut off by the Smith family. So I don't believe that part was fake. But that whole red table talk, I think that was masterfully done. I would not be surprised if a Hollywood writer came in and wrote that script word for word. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Because I just believe you have to look at the timing of everything when it's getting done. He said, what if they had Didi says, what if they had an NDA and because of his health status, he don't care about revealing the truth? It's probably deeper than we will ever know. That is a good point. That's a good point. What if? That's a good point. That could be the case. But my spider senses are saying that's not the case. It could be the case though. But I don't think that's the case though. But it very well could be. Let's see. In July 2020, the couple who married in 97 revealed that they had been secretly separated when she had her, what they call it, tryst, Tryst, with Alsina. Entanglement with Alsina. We did everything we could to get away from each other, only to realize that not possible. That's not possible. Jada told Will during Red Table Talk. Will then joked about supporting his wife through her transgressions, leading Jada to say, I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was really able to confront a lot of emotional immaturity and emotional security. And I was really able to do some really deep healing. That's another word that's starting to become overrated as hell, too. Healing. Everybody want to heal. Overrated as hell, too. Everybody want to heal. It's funny. It's not funny. You know, some people do need real healing. So, look at what we have now, people. Look at what we have now. We have Will and Jada. Will has come out and said that they smash other people, which we pretty much already knew. We've already confirmed it. Now, I may watch the next episode of Red Table Talk after this interview just to see the shenanigans that is going to come forward now. Because my thing is this. Why mention it at all? And then Will and Jada have a huge influence. They have the power of influence. They are celebrities. They are world-renowned entertainers. Will Smith, one of the most popular people on the planet. And what does this say about the state of marriages when somebody with that kind of platform can say marriage with one person can be in prison? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been saying it for the longest time. Marriage as we know it will, within the next 20 to 30 years, marriage as we know it, honestly, I believe will cease to exist in the form that you see it now. I see it now. I see it coming. Because a lot of dudes is going to be like, for what? Why am I doing this? What sense do it make? You heard what Will and Jada said? Commit to one woman, to commit to one man for what? Entanglements. That's why I say I learned a long time ago. And this is why I'm not pressed on meeting different, celebrities and influencers and all that type of shit, because you may agree with some of the things that they talk about. You may agree with some of the things that they say. But when it comes down to the core ideologies, y'all may be as off could be. I am in no rush to meet some of the people I admire. Now, I've met some of the people that I have admired, that I really admire, and they were thorough. They were solid. Like, I've met Tariq Nasheed. I've met Tariq Nasheed twice. Very solid and thorough brother. I've never seen an instance of him not being solid. So, like I said, man, if I was ever to get off in these Hollywood spaces, like some of the people that I admire as actors, it would just be that I would only respect it from an art point of view. I would only respect it from an art point of view. I'm not trying to get to know none of these cats. I'm not trying to get to know none of these cats. But ladies and gentlemen, did y'all hear about R. Kelly? Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus. I know we talking about Will and Jada, but I have to bring up R. Kelly. My God. R. Kelly convicted of racketeering and sex trafficking. He's convicted, ladies and gentlemen. They threw the proverbial book at his ass. It's over. Done. He's done like burnt chicken. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The fat lady has saying it is a wrap for Kyles. It's a wrap. He's done. Put a fork in him. The nigga is done. Jurors have found R&B singer R. Kelly guilty of racketeering. That includes battery and exploitation of a person that's under 17. I'm not going to say the word. R. Kelly is finished. In this case, the enterprise is Kelly and his entourage, as well as his managers, bodyguards, drivers, personal assistants, and runners. According to superseding indictment, Kelly is described as the leader of the enterprise. They are all throwing his ass under the bus. That is why, if you're going to do dirt, you need to do it alone. And I'm not co-signing anything this man is accused of doing, because I think if it is true, the things that he's been accused of doing, he's a sick man. He's a sick person. So I'm not going to co-sign that at all. And don't think I am. But I will say this. If you are going to do dirt, you better do it alone. Because when it all comes down, when it all falls down, cats will throw you under the bus. All this ride or die, ride together, die together. No, sir. Not when you talking numbers that they're talking, that the federal government is talking. Stop the nonsense and knock it off. Let me see. The purpose of the enterprise were to promote R. Kelly's music and R. Kelly's brand, to recruit women and girls to engage in illegal activity with Kelly, and to produce, I'm not going to say the P word, but to produce, videos on, the videos that you ain't supposed to be looking at. That's illegal. Kelly's defense attorney has criticized this aspect of the case against his client. We look forward to the truth. This is a quote from Kelly's defense attorney. We look forward to the truth and the facts coming to the light, as the defense will continue to vigorously defend Mr. Kelly. He's finished. They will have to dig Johnny Cochran up from the grave to get him off. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. The defense attorney said in a personal statement to CNN before the trial, after all, the RICO enterprise is based on a series of independent relationships and events that the government is trying to patch together like different types of fabrics. And trying to pass it off as silk. See, this is the thing I don't understand about some people who do crimes, who were convicted of crimes and who got off. Niggas like OJ, Kyles. The ego, I'm telling you, man, the ego is a beast. The male ego is a fragile beast. How do you get off on charges that R. Kelly was facing in 2002 and not leave town and become a missionary or something like that? You got off. OJ, how do you get off for murder of not one, but two white people? And you out here writing books talking about if I did it. Man, please. Man, please. Stop playing, bruh. He still has to go to court for state and federal charges. Man, he's going to have decades in jail. Oh, yeah, it's over. It's over for Kyles. Are you still going to listen to his music, though? That's the question that I have for the audience tonight. Are you going to still listen? What's up, Nurse Viv? Are you still going to listen to his music, though? Are you going to be bumping R. Kelly? I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. You can say whatever you want about me. I can separate the man from the art. And 12 Play 2 will now and forever always get played in this house. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care what you say about me. 12 Play 2 is one of the greatest albums to ever be written. It will always get played from this house. I can separate the man from the art. Happy People will always get played in this house. Happy People will always get playing this. He's talking about I'm forced to listen to it. You ain't forced. You like Kyles, his music too. You may not like him as a person, but you like the music. I can separate the. She talking about she cracking up. I can separate the art from the man. I can. Got nothing to do with me. 12 Play 2, one of the great, and Chocolate Factory is two of the greatest albums ever recorded and produced, and will always get played in this house. I can separate it. Yeah, Kyles it's a wrap for Kyles though. It's over for him. He's done. Let's see. Kelly was charged with racketeering that has 14 underlying acts. 1 act of bribery, 3 acts of exploitation, 1 act of kidnapping, 3 acts of forced labor, and 6 acts of violating the Mann Act. My God. The alleged crime stretched from 94 to December 2018. My nigga, why would you not leave the country if you got off on the crimes that you were accused of in 2002? Why would you not just leave the country? See the ego, and you still gonna do the things that you did, because I'm not gonna say that all these girls were lying. I'm not gonna say that. I do believe you were doing some of the shit that you were doing. I believe it. I believe that. But I'm not gonna just act like he was the only one. I don't think R. Kelly should be the only one going to jail. I think some of these parents should be going to jail. They should all be locked up. All the people that brought their daughters to him, they should be going to jail. It's a lot of people that should be going to jail. Let me see. Jules says, nah, I'm not going to listen. But if it's playing at a party, can't do nothing about it. If it so happened to be playing at a party, he thought he was above the law. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm going to be listening. 12 Play 2. Yeah. Say what you want. It is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Let me see. But how y'all feel about Will and Jada? Are y'all through with him? I'm not. That's dumb. I'm not through with him. I respect Will. And part of me still respects Jada. I just think Jada's for the streets. That's all. I personally don't have an issue. I don't know Jada. But I think that that red table shit need to go. I'm going to be honest. I think that red table talk has done more damage than it has any good. All this healing shit, no. That woman need to sit down with a therapist and do the healing there in the privacy of somebody's office. This red table shit is toxic. They need to stop that shit. Yeah, I did. She said, personally, I don't care. I was never a huge fan of either. I'm a Will Smith fan. Will Smith to put in a lot of work. I dig Will. But no, I'm not done. I'm not done with her. Jada Pinkett, she did Nutty Professor. She was Miss Purdy. Shout out to Miss Purdy. I ain't done with them. I just think that, fellas, choose wisely. If you are going to be a public figure, if you are going to be a man of means, if you're going to be somebody that works hard to become a certain type of individual, a successful type of individual, you have to be careful with the women that you choose. Point blank, period. If you a freak and you want to be in an open marriage and all that kind of stuff, and so be it. Knock yourself out. But it's a way to do things. I believe that. It's a way to do things, especially if you're in a position to where any false move can cause you to lose it all. And that is the most important thing to me. I just want dudes to be careful with whom they select, because that is crucial to everything. Said they a lost cause. I don't think so. Listen, I don't think they a lost cause. I don't think Will and Jada are a lost cause. I just think that it was what it was. There are two people. Will has access to hundreds of thousands of women. Jada was probably thinking in hindsight, like, look, Will got all this pussy around him. You dig? Let's just keep it real. I mean, Jada from the start said she never went, according to Will, she never wanted to be in a monogamous situation. So that tells me a lot about what her mama may have been doing. Her mama may have been on some freak shit too. See, this is what I mean. When you let skeletons like this out of the closet, now you're exposing people who may not have wanted to be exposed. Now, Jada's mama participates in Red Table Talk and all that crazy shit. So it is what it is. But that's what happens when you start to be transparent and you have somebody with a platform as big as Will and Jada's. That's just what happens. I don't think they lost cause. I don't have no problem with Jada or Will. I don't have no problem with the open marriage. It's not for me. If I'm gonna be like that, I'm gonna just be single. I'm not gonna do all that because that's too much. That's too much. Because I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. If I want to be out here and I want to be with different women at different times, then I'm going to do that. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend to be like, oh, well, I'm in this wholesome domestic situation. It's just me and my wife and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not going to do that. If you want to go out here and be with other women at different times, I believe as a grown adult, you should be able to do it. I may not agree with it, but you should be able to do it. If you're not hurting nobody, if they are of age and they are doing it willingly, I have no problem with it. No problem with it. And to be honest, I think that's the direction we're headed towards anyway. Polygamy is about to be very real. Very real. And if you want a cat like Will Smith, these new cats that's coming up, you're going to have to share them. You're going to have to share him. Some of these women will tell you that they self. You're going to share them, sis. You sharing a lot of them already. You're going to have to share them. A lot of these new dudes and these new cats. Listen, people talk mess about Dr. Umar Johnson and all that crap. People talk mess about him, but at least he make his intentions clear and known. Dr. Johnson say, well, you know what? I don't want to be with just one woman. I'm gonna need about 2 or 3 of them things. I'm not mad at Umar. If that's what he want, give him what he want. You said you just proving my point. What you mean? I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. Listen, the numbers are not in a lot of these chicks' favor. I'm just be real. You want a cat like that? You want a cat that's super successful and everything like that? With a lot of these dudes, man, you're going to have to share him. Choose wisely. That's all I'm saying. I mean, and the numbers prove my point. Look at the marriage rate. Look at the marriage rates. They're plummeting. Most marriages are engaged by women. They file the most. A lot of dudes gonna be like, what's the point? What's the point? And I'm not saying that you should not get married. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying what I think is gonna happen. And I think with the rise of the thought culture, the rise of feminism, the rise of being for the streets, the rise of people not being happy at 50, the rise with all that crap, a lot of dudes and a lot of men are just gonna say, what the hell is the point? What's the point? I might as well just not even get into this situation, do me, make my money, be successful, and have sex with whoever I want. And not have to answer to nobody. Because in hindsight, that's probably a lot easier. I don't understand why a lot of these dudes get married to begin with. Like niggas like Kevin Hart. Why is he married? He obviously likes to fuck different bitches. I mean, excuse my language. He obviously like to have sex with different women, right? Okay. Why be mad? Like, and then when cats get caught out here, they got to make these stupid ass apologies. I'm sorry. No one ain't sorry. They just sorry that they got caught. So it's horrible out here in the dating world. I feel so bad for women and men who really want to share a life with the partner. Yeah, them days is over. But were they ever really here? No, I'm just playing. Well, Jada said, we ride together, we die together. Bad marriage for life. Bad marriage for life. Y'all got me up here fooling tonight, man. This is hilarious. I love it. I love it. Let me look at some of the other things for other comments that I'm getting on my Facebook. I don't know why, for some reason. Am I just streaming on? I think I might just be streaming on YouTube. No, I'm on Facebook too. Okay. Somebody said that it's obvious. It's obviously a prison for Jada because he didn't believe in divorce. And for years, she's been saying she's not happy. That was Yvette. Shout out to Yvette. Frank said, well, shit, if it's true, then Will needs to get his head out of the clouds and take a nice look in reality. She feels like she's in a prison. Well, Will said that marriage can't be a prison. Monogamy. So he called monogamy. He's saying that monogamy could be seen as being in a prison. Being with one person could be seen as being in a prison. And I think a lot of these chicks who are not famous and just normal women, they fantasize about being with a lot of these celebrity dudes and a lot of these quote unquote high value men and everything like that. Let me tell you something. Do you really want that? Do you really want that? Like, seriously, do you really want that lifestyle? Can you handle that? Not saying that all men like that go out there and sleep with different women, because they don't. Not all of them anyway. But I'm saying, is that something that you really, really want? Like, you got to ask yourself that question. Like, is that something that you truly want? Do you really want a man in that situation that's super uber famous, a lot of money and all that type of stuff? Or even a guy that's financially very well off? You know, he don't even got to be famous, nice looking dude, all that type of stuff. Do you really want that? Because that comes with a price, especially if he's hard working. And I'm not saying that's other women, no. I'm saying that time, that's one aspect he's not going to have a lot of. And I say this over and over again, but I think a lot of people fail to realize that. Brianna says, every now and days, Brianna, because see, I read the comments how y'all type them. Some of y'all be having, I don't know, cardiac arrest when y'all typing. Every now and days, try to normalize poly relationships. I could never normalize that foolery. Huh? I'm not about that life, but you know, it is what it is. I say make it legal. I bet Jada been wanting to get a divorce, but Will ain't talking that because it will be more money for them to get a divorce. That's another aspect. I guarantee. Listen, Fellas, y'all may not like, a lot of ladies may not like this, but fellas, if you are well off and you do want to get legally married, you need to get your legality straight. Because of situations just like this, when you can't get out and you have to be there or you lose it all. This is a perfect example why it's important to have your paperwork together. Because trust and believe, in my heart of hearts, I do believe Will Smith wants to leave her. But he can't. It'll cost too much. Well, like, I'm 53. It'll cost too much. What I'm gonna do? No. I'm not finna lose everything I done built just because she want to get some dick every now and then, some different dick. No. Ain't no divorce. Ain't no divorce. Oh, you think I'm finna lose everything I done built because you want to slide off every now and then? No. Since you wanted to be an entanglement from the beginning, this is what we're going to do. We're both going to be an entanglement, okay? And we're going to make this work. I get it from that point of view. I understand it. But no. If I'm not happy, and if somebody not, listen, if you're not happy and if somebody really not truly living up to what you feel that they should be, if somebody isn't, and don't ever look for somebody to make you happy, but if this situation is really not for you, and it is damaging to your mental health, then I think you should leave. I mean, I'm gonna be real. And I think Will in his heart of hearts does want to leave, but he can't. You know, he could, but it'll cost too much. At this point, I know she didn't sign a prenup. No. Get your paperwork right, fellas. Get your paperwork in order. It is not bad. Don't you ever let anybody try to make you feel guilty about wanting to protect your assets, especially if you done busted your ass to get there. Don't let people make you feel guilty. That's what broke people and emotional people do. You march to the beat of your own drum. If they don't like it, oh well. Oh well. People will try to make you feel guilty. Didi says money more important than people now. And that's truly sad because it can all be gone in a blink of an eye. That is true. That's true. It could all be gone. But resources are important because loyalty and being in love don't pay the bills. I can't love you the way I want to love you and be homeless, because then you'll talk about me too. You'll talk about me too. You're a bum. What? Why y'all out here homeless? But I love you. Isn't that enough? Isn't that enough? Oh, we live in a horrible area. We live in a horrible neighborhood. But baby, I love you. Isn't that enough? You don't never take me nowhere. You don't never buy me nothing. But isn't my love enough? Huh? We cannot just gloss past resources like they don't matter. They do matter. They are a very important part of the relationship. Most divorces happen because people are not financially stable. That is why most people get a divorce, because people are not emotional. I mean, not emotionally. I'm sorry. They are not financially stable. They are not financially stable. People stress about money because you have to survive out here. This is not totally an emotional viewpoint. People all the time say marriage is a business. If I don't have no resources and I can't pay these bills, you have no house to come home to. It's important. Yeah, it could be gone, but it usually doesn't work that way. And for some, life is long, very long. So pick your poison. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. She says resources are important, but not more important than a person. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, no, it's not more important than a person. But I will say this: that's easy to say when you ain't broken homeless. I mean, that's easy to say because, this is why I won't put the 100% blame on Jada. I won't do that because it's easy to do something when you are in a good position. And see, that's why I say, like, when you happy, when you content, a lot of stuff is easy to say. People quick to say what they will not do when they're not hurting for anything. Oh, okay. That's easy to say. Nobody's homeless, nobody's out here broke, nobody's lost resources and everything like that. It's very easy to say. That's why I try not to 100% completely judge situations. Because, like I said, when people are happy in situations, everything is easy peasy. Nothing is going wrong. And I know relationships can be tested. I know they can be tested. I get that. Sometimes you do lose it all, and then you find out who is really by you. You find out who's really there for you, but it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. But I have to go to work. I've enjoyed talking to y'all twice today. And yeah, man. She says if Jada wanted to, she could leave. She don't want to. Absolutely not. I wouldn't blame her for not leaving. Who's she gonna get with? Who's she gonna go with? Like, seriously, like, now that this is out, who's gonna put up with that shit? Because now I know you can't keep my secrets because you gotta fucking heal. So that's out the picture. You're 50. You dig what I'm saying? You couldn't one of the most happiest go lucky people on earth to the public. You couldn't get that shit together. Where's she gonna go? Will Smith is $100 million man. Where is she gonna go? She may be for the streets, but she ain't stupid. Now, let's keep it real. She may be for the streets, but she ain't stupid by a long shot. Where is she going to go? Yeah, she could leave. But where's she gonna go? Jada not, and I'm not saying it's all about the money and resources, but Jada not pulling in $50 million a movie. Let's just keep it real. Where's she gonna go? Why you think John Great wife ain't left? Where is she going to go? She downgrade? Women don't like downgrading. Because that's what you would initially be asking her to do, to downgrade. Women don't like downgrading. Asking a woman to downgrade? Shit. Please. You're asking her to go back to eating. You asking her to go back to eating ground chuck when she done had filet mignon for 27 years? No, sir. She may dip off and have a ground chuck or two, but she know at the end of the day she's going home to filet mignon. Where's she gonna go? That's why I say that's why Lori Harvey is always going to win if she keeps that attitude that she has. Always gonna win. You ain't gonna never see Lori Harvey on a red table talk. I don't know. You can never say never, but that's why she's winning right now. But that is my question. Where's she gonna go? Look at Michael Jordan's ex-wife. Where did she go? Downgrade? No. We can't do that. Some women can. I'm not gonna say all women are the same. They're not. Some women can, but most can't. No. Downgrade? You want me to downgrade my lifestyle? No. No. God, no. That nigga John Gray bought that, what did he buy his wife? That car? And things was back to business as usual. Look at Kobe. Got her that $10 million ring. That'll do. I'm not saying you should not be out here doing your partner wrong, embarrassing your partner in public like that. That's a no. Nah, that I don't agree with. But a lot of these women, especially when they get used to a certain lifestyle, where you gonna go? They don't want to give up the lifestyle. They don't want. Now, I don't believe in staying in something just to stay in it. If it's messing up your sanity, you need to get out because it'll drive you crazy. I don't care how much money the person got. If it's really effing with your sanity, You need to get out. At that point, screw the money, all that, screw the resources. If you can truly bounce back, then get out. But a little coochie on the side ain't the breaking point for a lot of these chicks. I've heard plenty of women say, "Oh, he just want to get a different taste of ass every now and then." Bye, bye. Is these bills paid? Like that one girl you told me about said, "Look, the nigga can cheat. I just do. We got a job, and it's sad that it's like that, but that's the reality." Now, I'm not saying that you should, but a lot of women, shit, depending on who the person is and what the person is worth, turn a blind eye to a lot of foolery. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that has been today's broadcast. I did not mean to do a show, but I could not pass this up, ladies and gentlemen. I would definitely appreciate if you hit that like button, that subscription button, that notification bell. Yeah, man, we are grinding over here. We are grinding over here. I'm on all gas, no brakes, ladies and gentlemen. All gas, no brakes, ladies and gentlemen. Grinding, straight grinding. I am in grind mode, y'all. Definitely in grind mode. So, like I said, y'all hit that notification bell, that like button, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.